Okay, so good morning, everyone. Thanks for attending this event. So today we will start with our MongoDB cross with Node.js part 2. And today we will make a event that's introduction to Node.js, and this event will start from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So before we go through our Node.js inside our Visual Studio Code, we need to generate a document inside our MongoDB database. So with that, we need to start our document inside our MongoDB atlas, and now I will start to generate with that. Okay, just same as before, you can go to MongoDB Cloud and you can try to sign in. Okay. So this is the document that I showed before. So let's say now you want to generate a new document. You can just add here, you insert the document. And then for Mongo Atlas, they already make a more user interface UI for you to insert a document. But before you start to just generate a document inside your Node.js Visual Studio Code, you can just directly insert a document inside your Atlas. So before the Node.js, I want to make an explanation about the document that need to insert inside our MongoDB Atlas. So let's say we need to insert a key with name, and then the field will be the value to the key, that's the name. So let's say we put it's no. Okay. So if now we have a name and we want to input the age, we just need to add field, then add field after the name, and then you just need to put key, not key, you put age. Okay. So now your age, you don't want the age to become a string part, so you need to convert the string part into an integer number part. So you just go to this in string, and you choose integer 64. I think double is more okay. So you use double, and then let's say you put 50, put 25. Okay. So after you enter, you will see that this oh, I think I haven't okay. So now we can see that the document with the name of Sundar and then the age of 25 already inside into our document. So let's say now we want to make a code operation like I said yesterday. So first, if you want to read a document that is matched something value inside our document, you just need to have this filter. And then let's say we want to find this document with the age of 25. So you just need to put a curly bracket and then age and then 25. Okay, now you just need to apply it. So from here you can see that before we filter it, it has 8 documents inside this collection of the database. So after you apply it, you can see that the query already make a result for you. It's just the one of the document inside that database, which is the document that I insert before. And now let's say I want to reset. Okay. So if you still remember that the object list, the sub document that I explained yesterday, you can see that here's a phone, and then here's a mobile and office inside this object. So if you want to query a value that's inside an object sub document, we need to make a dot operator for you to make a query inside that object sub document. So let's say we want to take this phone with mobile. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So same as before, we just need to put phone. Okay, so we need to put a dot operator after our phones. So we need to put phone dot mobile. Okay, so remember to put your double quotation. So because as seen inside this document, the mobile is actually not an integer number, it's actually a string. So we need to put a double quotation. Okay. So now we, oops. Okay, so we apply. Okay, we can see that there's a two document that is queried out with this operator. So the first one is this phone.mobile that is actually match this string number. And then the second one will be this array list inside the subdocument field. So it's still the same, but it's inside an array form. So we will have phone.mobile with the same number. So let's say I want to edit this, I just put edit document. And then let's say I don't want 789, I put 788. And then I update. Okay, so now you can see that the phone with the mobile is only one document inside this query. So if I put 788, okay, you can see this is the next object field that is inside the phone array. So now let's say I don't want to I want to just retrieve the phone number inside the array form. So we reset it. And okay, so the first one will be the object field, the subdocument, which is inside this phone. You just need to put a phone dot operator of the key inside the subdocument. And then the second one will be this phone object subdocument inside the array field. It's still the same. You just need to put phone dot mobile or phone dot office. Okay, but for phone, you just need to query for the array field, because let's say I want to put phone and then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So phone 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. Okay, you can see that here the phone with the number is actually can straight away just retrieve it, because it matched one of the array field inside the array list. So let's say if you want to use this value, okay, instead of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we apply it. Okay, so we can still get the same query result from this filter, because we know that when you put many integer number or string number or just string or boolean expression inside a array field, when you just need to match one of the value inside the key, then you can query out the result inside that query the filter operator. So this means that when you want to make sure you don't need to insert all of the match query result inside that key field, you can use the array field, because when you're using the array list, you don't need to match all the number inside that form. You just need to match one of them and it will query out the result for you. So this is the part for the Mongo Cloud. And let's say you want to make the query inside your Mongo Compass, which means the GUI, the graphic user interface for our Mongo Cloud. So as same, you just need to use Compass. Okay. Now I stop sharing and then, oh yeah. Let's say now you want to connect to your Mongo Compass. If you still remember, you need to go to oh, okay. Wait for a while. Okay. So inside here, data service, you can see the connect here. And then connect using your MongoDB Compass. Okay, now let's say you do not have MongoDB Compass yet. You can just download here with your OS form. Let's say you use MacBook or use Windows, anything. You just need to choose the Ubuntu. And then after that, if you have already a MongoDB Compass, you need to copy this string. Okay, this string is automatically generated by the Mongo Cloud for you to make a connection inside your Mongo Compass, and also your inside your Node.js when you are doing your programming inside your Visual Studio Code. We will see later for this string the use, and then you just need to close. And now I will stop sharing for this, and I will share for the Mongo Compass. Okay. Okay, so for now, this is the Mongo Compass, and you can just start a new connection, and then you just paste your string, your connection string inside this connection URI. And remember to replace your password for the password that you set before. So let's say yesterday I make a new organization and project, and the username I set is user. and then the password will be the user password. And you can just make any password for it. Just remember to not share your string to the others, because they can just directly manipulate your database inside the other's device. So let's say you put user password. Okay, so after you already insert your user and user password, you just need to press connect. Okay, now you can see that here is the Mongo cloud that is inside your Mongo LS, and then you can already directly connect to here. So it's still the same, but it's make a more beautiful interface. So if you want to edit, it's just the same, like your Mongo cloud. And then if you want to clone, you can just directly change your value inside this document. Okay, so let's say you want to make a query, do the same. Let's say it's 50. Then you find, okay, you get an age of 50 here. And then if you want to make, let's say, Sunda, fine. Okay, you can see that here's the 4 document that is match this query operator. So if you want to just see through the, like, you don't want all the document that's query that match this result, just one of them. So you can use this more option. And then here is this limit. So if you, let's say you put 1, then you find, it will just retrieve the first document that is query after the filter result. So here is the phone that is the match with the name of Sunda. Okay, so now you will try to know that the document, the database for this document is GDSC, and then the collection will be UTeM. So when you want to retrieve this document inside your let's say Mongo shell script or your Node.js, you need to specify the database and your collection inside your query result, because you just make a connection string, and all of these database with GDSC, admin, or local can be used to query the result. So you need to specify the database name and your collection name. So let's say now you use Mongo. Okay. So let's say we set this exception. Okay. So here is this the Mongo for the shell script, and it's actually the same as Node.js, but before that I want to introduce about this Mongo shell script first. So let's say you show DBS on database, then you enter. You will see that there is 3 database inside this string, is GDSC, admin, and local. So now if you want to use this GDS database, you just use and then GDSC. Okay, so it's already switched to our GDSC database, and now you can show the collection. So because it's now only one collection UTeM. So let's say you want to make a new collection. Let's say you put MongoDB. Okay, now you have 2 collections inside your database. Let's say UTeM and MongoDB. And now you same. Now you have 2 collections, the MongoDB and UTeM. So now let's say you want to retrieve all the document inside this UTeM. So you just need to DB, because now you already switch your database into GDSC. So you just need to directly push DB, and the shell script will already know you want to use the database with the name of GDSC. Let's say you want to use UTeM db.utem. And then if you still remember the CRUD operations, for the read, you need to use a find. So find and then bracket. So indicate that this is the find functions. And inside that, you will use a curly bracket. So if you didn't specify anything, and when you enter, it will retrieve all the document inside that document, inside the database. So this is the egg document, like 1, 2, with the ID, unique ID, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 document inside the database. So if you there's many documents inside, so you just need to find count top. So it will show it the result with 8 document inside that database. So let's say you want to make a query like inside before you use inside your Mongo Cloud and Mongo Compass. So with this count, and then inside our find query operator, the curly bracket, you can put your condition that you want to query for your filter. So let's say you put age and then 30. Is it 30 then? Yes. Okay, so okay, so this is the command that I insert inside our shell script, and then it's database because I'm using the GDSC database and db.utem. Utem will be the collections, and then .find with the functions, and inside that function we use the query filter operator, which is the curly bracket, and then the age with 30. So it will query out the document that's inside our database with the match operator. So which is this age with 30. So let's say if same, we use the name and then Sundar. So you can see that it will query out all the document that is matched with the name of Sundar. So you will find out this name with the key and the field. The name field will be the Sundar. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So as I said before, if you don't want to query out all the document that's inside this database, you can also use the limit. So let's say .find, and then you limit every function after I mean your database, and then you need to put a dot operator and then collection dot operator and then your function. So every function inside that command, you need to put a dot operator before that function. So because now you need to use the limit function. So after your find of the name query operator, you need to put a dot and then limit and then 1. So it will return the first document that's query after your result. So let me clear screen for better view. So same database dot collection name utem dot find with the name Sundar, but limit with 1 document after the query result only. So you will see that there's only 1 document after the query. So let's say you want to you can make a sort, but if you okay, so let's say now I don't want to use name, I use age. Age is 50. Oh, there's 1. Okay, never mind. I just query out all the document, and you will see that now the document is actually print out by the document inserted inside our database. So you will see that this is the age 50, and this one doesn't contain the age information, and this one also, this with 20, 30, 40, and 25. So now if you want to make a sorting, which means you want to choose one of the key field inside our database, and you want to make a query for that database. So you just need to put find, and then you find all. But now you can make a new function operator, which means the sort. Okay. So for this sort, you need to choose 1 key field for the sort function. So let's say you use age and then 1. So this one is not means that you want to match out the age with 1. No, it means that you want to sort the age with the ascending format. So ascending is 1 and descending is -1. So we will see it here. Clear screen. Okay. So for this H1, you can see that fine, because when you're using the find, it will match all the operator that is filtered out, and then you sort with H1. So first, if you take out the null function first, the null value first. So which means that this H doesn't include inside our this document. So it will sort out this first, and this 3, 1, 2, 3 that doesn't contain the H informations, and then this will be the H 20, 25, 30, 40, and 50. So you will sort out with ascending order. So if you using the -1, so it will make a descending order with 50, 40, 30, 25, 20, and then doesn't contain. So if you know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 documents, so before you sort it, after you sort it, you can use a limit functions, and then you limit it with 5, let's say. Okay, so it will just retrieve the top 5 document that is query after your result. There's H50, 40, 30, 25, and 20. So there's the operator inside our shell, which means that you have a database and then you use that database, and then there's a collections, and then you can find it, and then sort it, and limit it when you want to read the document. Okay, so now after you have a view for our Mongo shell script inside our Mongo Compass, now if you still remember that connection string, you can paste that connection string inside your Visual Studio Code, and then that's how you make a CRUD operation inside your local environment with the JavaScript. So now I will sharing for my Visual Studio Code. Okay. For a while, for a while. Okay. So so before that, I need to delete. This node modules is used for NodeJS, because when you want to retrieve the library of the MongoDB, you need to take out the okay. So delete. Okay. So if you didn't do the install of our Node.js, you cannot retrieve your MongoDB library. So after you install the MongoDB library, it will generate a node modules, which means from our Node.js library. So if you want to make sure the Node.js driver already installed inside your computer, you can press inside your terminal. Okay. So node version. If the version if the version already show after your node -v version, which means that the Node.js already installed inside your laptop or computer environment. So if it's print out the result with the node command is not finding inside your script or anything in your command or anything, which means that you haven't download the Node.js and install inside your environment first. So after you have your node version, before you start your project, you need to install the MongoDB first. So the Node.js driver will start with an npm. So npm is like a universal general command for the Node.js to install the driver. So let's say if you want to install MongoDB, you can just directly input npm install MongoDB. So if you want to install like express function, you can just write npm install express, or bcrypt function npm install bcrypt. So we just npm install MongoDB. Oh, sorry, MongoDB. So you can see that here now is only JS JavaScript file, and there is no any node modules, the MongoDB library first. So we just npm install. Okay, we wait for a while. Okay, now our terminal is installing this MongoDB. Every time when you want to generate a project, you need to make this npm install. So after here, you can see that already add 16 package and auditor 7 package in 10 seconds. So here you can see that here's a package log dependency, and this is a name GDSC with my folder, and then the dependencies of MongoDB with version of 5.2 already already download with a package of library inside our project with the folder of GDSC. And then yeah, the dependency of MongoDB. So after you already install your MongoDB, you need to make a connection string first. With this, that's the password. Okay. So this is the so this is a string that you retrieve out from your Mongo Cloud, and this is the string that you will use to connect with your Atlas inside your local environment. So before you connect it, so you need to call the MongoDB library first before you start anything. So constant and then MongoDB client. So MongoDB client, which means that you make a variable constant for you to call or connect or query the result from the MongoDB environment. So client and then MongoDB dot Mongo client. Okay, so this is the Mongo client that you make a variable for you to call the MongoDB. Oh, MongoDB. Yeah. So after you already make the library, it will call out this Mongo client, and then it will assign this Mongo client to a constant. So after that, you just need to make a Mongo client.connect. And then when you are connect with your Mongo client, you need to make a cache, like the area handler, to make sure that when you are not connecting or you are using the wrong string to connect, you need to have an area handler to make sure you are not waiting the connection forever, and you will just stop your connection and print out the error result that is what is happening inside your connection. So you need to a string. Okay, so now you need to, this is the Mongo client.connect, and then inside that .connect function, you need to insert your string, and then you catch. So this catch means that it's an error handler to catch what is happening inside your Mongo client. So you will have this function, and it will be E. This E is a variable. You can just put error or E or anything. Okay. And then, wait. Oh, okay. So never mind, just use. Okay, so this catch E, which means that the error is inside your connection. So if there is an error, you will catch that error, and then you will console the log the error is connecting to MongoDB. Then okay, this. Okay, so after you catch the error, you have to console the log that is error connected to MongoDB. You no need to do it also can, but it is better for you to debug when you have the error connecting. And then it will console the error inside that catch, and then it will print out inside your terminal. And then after that, you need to process .assist. This is a Node.js process inside your Node.js driver, and it will just directly retrieve out your MongoDB. So after that, you will use a .then, which means that after your catching error is skip, which means that it's already successfully connected inside your MongoDB, then it will proceed to this function. And then this async will be like a promise. We will talk about it later. And then this client will be the variable inside your MongoDB connections. Okay. So we'll console.log, and then connecting to MongoDB, and then top, and then top. Okay. So now you can just start with your connection. This you haven't queried about anything yet. You just need to make a connection, and then you use node, and then this file will be main.js. Okay, you can see that here now it is connected to MongoDB, which is you will console it out, and it will print out in your terminal, which means that you already know you already connect to your MongoDB alias with this string. Okay, so you can see that he is not stop the terminal after the connecting because you haven't make a close for your MongoDB. So let's say now I queue it manually. Okay, so after I console the log, I need to make a close connections, which means that when you make a connection, it will automatically queue your connection, and then your terminal will be exited and finish its command executions. So now I will talk about this the CRUD operations. So first of all, let's say we want to make a read operator. So okay, so this /line will be the command inside your JavaScript code. So if you want to make some command or explanation, you can just directly put this /line. And then let's say you want to read, and then let read. Okay. So from here, if you still remember the command execution inside the Mongo shell script, it will be this client. Okay, this client will be the async client that is generated after your Mongo client is connected. So because you can see here is a dot catch, which means the first function, and then dot then the second function. And then inside here will be the client, and then client dot db, and then inside the db we'll use the GDSC, which means the database name, and then the collection with UTeM, and then dot find, and then dot to array. So this to array is used to manipulate out the collection, the query document that you want, and make it inside the array. So let's say now after you query, you use console.log. Console.log, which means the print function inside, like just like a Python with print or cout inside of C++. And inside the JavaScript, it is console.log. And then leave. Okay, now let's say you put main.js. You will now see the document that inside your Mongo cloud already make a code operation inside there. The first, second, third, fourth, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8 document is already retrieved out from your Mongo cloud. So let's say you don't want to use the dot to array. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, you can see here is the behind the scenes that is happening when you are making the query result document. So you want to filter out all this information which are automatically generated by our MongoDB driver. So you need to use dot to array and then function. Need to meet the function it, and then with this, after you main.js, it will automatically query out this document. So let's say when you want to find with the age of 20, so the same age and then 20. So remember for this 20, you no need to put a double quotation mark. It's not like this because is it too small? Yeah, I think this is better. Okay. So for this age of 20, which means that the query, the value result will be a string, but we need to query out with an integer. So we just need to delete these double quotations. Okay. So yeah, it will query out the result with a match of age 20 only. So let's say now, just now we put the async. So if this async and this await will be a pair, which means that when this async is generated, which means the promise function is already inside this, the promise operator will be generated inside this function. So this await will means that before the document is queried from the Mongo cloud, you need to wait until the document is fetched into our local environment, and it will after that it will just print out the read operator from this console.log. So let's say now we don't want to put this await, and we see what happened. So now clear screen. Yeah, you will see that this promise is pending, and then this will happen because it is still pending inside your command, but here you put an await for the client to close the connection, so it will generate the error. So let's say if we just we don't want to close the connection, we just need to make a connect. So you will see the promise is pending because you are waiting your document to query out from your atlas. So you just need to put a wait here, and then to query. Okay, you can see that the document is queried out from your database, and then the terminal is not stopped because I already command out this client.close. So I use that again. Okay, so now we look back our error handler, which means that this block for the cache of our error. So now because this is user password, so let's say we are inserting a wrong password. So you will see that it's enter this error handler, and then it will console.log, which means the printout function for this error connecting to MongoDB here. Okay, so this console.error, which means that it will print out the error that is cached inside this variable. This E will be a parameter, and you can just put like area, and then area. Yeah, it will just print out the same things because it's just a parameter. Okay, so inside this area, it will say that the driver will automatically find out the area for you and print out. And then this is the Mongo server area, which means the bad authentication failed because our password is wrong. So the authentication will not pass, and you will not generate a connection between your local environment and your MongoDB cloud. So after this, it will have this process to exist. Inside your Node.js driver, it will have a process, and then this exists, which means that you will terminal, you queue out all your operator executions. So let's say you didn't put this exist. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so from here you can see that this area is connecting and then bad authentication. But now because you haven't had this exist function, so you just proceed to this then function, and then you will print out this console.log connect to MongoDB, and then it will find out that it cannot read the properties of the reading database because you are not connecting with your MongoDB. So it's logically, but it will make a confused because at here you already print out this connected to MongoDB. So it's better you just use this process to exist, and then if you are using the wrong password, you just directly queue out your terminal and then exist your executions. So now we convert back to our user password. Okay. So this is the operator inside your age of 20. So this is the CRUD operation of read. So now let's say you want to insert a document. So still the same, you want to create, and then let create. Remember not to use the same variable. So let's say if you use read, it will generate this area, which means that you declare the block scope variable already. So let's say I use create equal to await file. Okay, so at here it's just the same with your database, and then okay, so let's say await client.db GDSC collections, and then you need to insert one. Okay, so this insert one is it's just a function like this, but from this insert one you need to input the JSON format for the document you want to insert inside your MongoDB ls. So let's say you put all this, and then inside this curly bracket you will insert what you want. Let's say name, and then let's say GDSC. Okay, and then a comma to separate out a new key and field, and then let's say age, and then let's say you put that. Okay, and then curly bracket. Dot collection. Why is this? Okay. Wait a while. Let create equal to await client.db dot collection dot insert one, and then okay, name, age, and then the curly bracket. Okay, and then console.log create. Yeah. Okay. So now this create will be insert a new document with a name of GDSC and the age of 10. And then it will console.log out the process that is happening after your insert one. Because this insert one means that you insert one document inside your MongoDB cloud. So you just run this command. Okay, so at here, this will be your this create console log. So you will see that the acknowledgement is true, which means that the document is successfully inserted inside your Mongo cloud. And then here is the new object ID with this. So let's say now you comment this, and then you don't want to put a restriction, and then you print out the document again. Now you will see that here is a new document already inside your MongoDB. So the name will be the GDSC, and the age will be 10. So this is a CRUD operation of the create and the read. So now let's say you want to update your document value inside your MongoDB. So now let's say you put update, and then you let update, go to over client dot GDSC collections. Okay. So from here, it's still the same, the update of GDSC UTeM. And then this update one, which means that it will just update one document that is match this operation. So if you're using the update many operator for this, there many, this one, it will update all the document that is match this query result. So with the update one, it will just update one of the document that is first filtered out from the document. So let's say now you put for easy to look. So for this update one, it will have two operations inside that curly bracket. So the first one is this with the name of GDSC. This is the conditions that used to update your document. So it will find out the document which have the name with GDSC. And then the second one for this will be what you want to update inside that field. So let's say when you query out the name of GDSC, now you can pick a set. The set will be like you update the value with the with this dollar sign inside in front of your set, and then after your set you need to make a curly bracket again for your name and update it to GDSC Mongo. And you are not necessary to use the name. You can just use like let's say I want to update this. Okay, you can see that here now the name already update to GDSC Mongo, and not only for name only. So let's say now this is the match of operator, and then you can update the key that is not match your not match. I mean you are not using the condition to update. You are using the set and then using the age, and then let's say now you don't want it become 10, you meet 15. So now you enter again. So you now see that the name of GDSC Mongo already update its value to 15. So this is the update. But sometimes when you want to make sure that the update is not only matched for conditions, so you want to insert this document if there is no this there is that haven't didn't contain this information of condition inside the document. So let's say now after this operator you make a comma and then you put it this. Okay. So the update one will have two operations. The first one will be the condition, and the second one will be the key and the value that you want to update. And then the third one will be the upsert equal to true. So what is upsert equal to true? It is the combination of the function from the update and insert, just like this client with insert. So upsert equal to true, which means that when this condition is fine, it will update this value. Okay. So, but when this condition is not fine, it will just directly insert a new document with this value. So let's say now GDSC Mongo with age of let's say 25. Okay, so we now know that there is a document with the name of GDSC Mongo, right, inside our database. So we see that the GDSC Mongo with age of 25 is updated. So now let's say we don't want to use GDSC Mongo as our condition. We use GDSC. And then the age we set as let's say 35. So we know that inside this our database there's doesn't have document that is contained with the name of GDSC because the name of GDSC already updated to GDSC Mongo. So now we enter again. So from here we can see that because we are using the upsert equal to true. So when this condition is not found inside our database, it will just directly insert a new document with this name of GDSC and the unique ID that is automatically generated by our Mongo Atlas, and then the age of 35. So this is what we call as the upsert. It will just insert the new document if the condition is not found, and it will update the document if the condition is found. So this is our update function for our CRUD operation. So this is the CRUD operation is create, read, update, and the last one will be the delete. So let's say you want to delete, and then let okay, we use a response. Oh, use rest. Okay, and then await client. This parameter can be any variable that you want. You just need to make sure that you know what is this variable because maybe you want to console the log, which means that you want to print out this variable after it. Then .db, and then delete many. Okay, I use delete one first. Okay, so what is this delete operation means? Which means that I console the log response first. Okay. So from here you can see that this client of DB GDSC and the collection of UTeM with the delete one. So this delete one means that it will find out the key value inside the document that's match this condition, which means that the variable is 35. From here you can see that all of the document doesn't have the age of 35, only this document. So it will just directly delete this age of 35. So let's say now you make a hit and then you not. So from here you can see that here the acknowledgement is true and the deleted count is 1. This is print out from this command console.log response from this delete result. So which means that the document that is age35 is already deleted because we are using the delete one. So when we later on we print out the document, so you can see that the 35 already delete inside our document. So let's say you use delete many. Okay, so with the age of 25. So from here, the database UTeM and delete many of age 25. So from the database here, you can see that there is 2 documents that contains the age of 25. So when you are running through these command executions, it will find out all the document that's matched this operation, and it will delete all the document that is age equal to 25. So from here now we clear screen again. Then NodeJS. So from here you can see that the deleted count is 2. Which means that 2 document that match this operation is already been deleted. So now we see through this operation, there is no 25 age already inside our document. So let's say now, same as here, you want to find only one document. So do the same. There's no find many inside our read operation. There's only find and find one. But for the others, you will have delete many and delete one, like this one. Update one or update many, insert one or insert many. Okay, so now we are just focus on our read. So let's say we find one. Okay. So when it will just print out the first query result inside our document, which means that this Sundar Pichai with age of 50. So when you are using .find one, you no need to use the .to array because the document already filter out only one document for you. So if you don't want to use this function, also can you use find, but you need to push .to array, right? Okay. So but you still want to carry out one document only, right? If not using the find one, it's still be easy. You just need to .find and then limit one. Okay, so there's a database find .array and then you limit to 1. Oh, you need to make a limit after you are making the find. I think there's also no need the to array already. Yeah, you need to. So for this find, you are not using the find one, but you are using .limit, which means that you limit your document query inside your read operation. So let's say now if you're using 3 and then print out, yeah, there's a 3 document inside here, which means that this first one, and then the second one, and then the third document, because you're using the limit. So as the same, let's say you want to insert you want to find out the document. So let's say you want to print out this phone mobile. Okay, so still the same, phone dot mobile, and then semicolon, and then double quotation with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, or you need to make a double quotation for this sub document. You cannot just directly put the phone dot mobile without the double quotations. So let's say now you print out. So it will print out the document that's matched this operation with the find with phone dot mobile with this value. Okay. So Now let's say you want to because just now you already know what is insert with the create. You just need to directly put the document that you want with this format. But you don't need to insert this ID, it will automatically generated. So you just need to like put this name font with the JSON format. This is for your create operation. And then your update, which means that you have a condition, you have the update variable, and then this upsert true will be an option. If you want to insert the document when the condition is not fine, you can use this upsert. But when you just want to ignore the update operation when the condition is not fine, then you no need to put this upsert. The default will be a false. And then the delete will be just like a normal deletion. You just need to write delete one or delete many, and then it will find out the query that is match this operation, and it will console log this delete result. And the last one will be the read. This is the normal operation, will be the read for your database and then your collections. And then this dot find will be your variable inside your document. So let's say font dot mobile that match this operation will be print out. So let's say now I just print out all. Okay. So still the same. We want to make it a sort, just like I made at the Mongo shell before it. So directly dot find, and then before this dot to array, you need dot sort, and then you same the age will be 1. Okay, so now I run this. Yeah, so from here you can see that after you making a sort with h1, which means that if you query out the document that doesn't have the key of h first, which means that these three documents 1, 2, 3, and then this age of 20, 30, 40, and 50. So now let's say you put a ascending format. It will print out the 50, 40, 30, 20, and the one that doesn't have contain the information. So let's say you want to limit this 1, 2, 3, 4. So after you sort it, so you make a limit and then 4. So from this read, you know that there's a database, GDSC collection UTeM, and then you find out all the query result, and then you sort it with the age of descending. This age will not only be the number. If you are using this first name, it also can be sorted. But if you're using the alphabet order, like the ascending will be A to Z, and then the descending will be Z to A. It's just same like as your date. So your date will also be the ascending will be the the year that is long before you, and then the nearest one. So now let's say you print out. So it will retrieve out the sorting of the edge with descending with 50, 40, 30, and 20. And then it will limit to 4 document only, and then dot to array. So let's say now this dot to array is like you print out all the document that is sorry. So let's say 1. Okay. So from here, you can see that for this phone mobile, you can directly see the value inside there. And then this phone with the array list also, you can directly see it. But this phone, it will just show you that is an object value inside your query. So if you want to look through that value inside your query result, because you are using the dot to array, which means that all this document is inside this array. So we see that there is array field. Because if you are not using the dot to array, if you just print out all the behind the scene. So let's say now we just console dot read, it will print out all of this. But because it is array, so if you put 0, okay, 0 will mean that this is 0, 1, 2, 3 to 7. So your screen, yeah, it will print out the first document. So let's say now we're using the 0, 1, 2. So now you can see that you can see all the the variable inside your phone. Now it's not only contained with the object field, because you are now specified the array that you want to view inside that dot to array field. So when it's read to, so you can just directly send your variable value inside this phone mobile and phone office. So this is our read result. And then yeah, the client, the connection, and then the error handler, the async client with the connected, and then the CRUD operations, CRUD. Oh yeah. So let's say now the last one. Okay. So yeah. Okay. So if you still remember, you have this edge, right? Okay. Now you want to filter out the edge with the operator that is, let's say, that is larger than 25 years old. So it's still the same. You need to use a dollar sign for the operation, and then you make a greater than, which means you will find out the greater than the variable after this operation. So you make a double quotation, and then you make a curly bracket again. So let's say now you're using the age with, let's say, 25. Okay, so we see again the find, and then the greater than with the age of 25. It's actually the same without this greater than. So you just directly query out the age with 25. But with this greater operation, it will find out the document that is have a greater of the value of age 25. So now clear screen, and then we'll run again. For new. Oh, I need to make a operation first. Greater than. Okay. Background. Greater than. Is it not? Background. The field name that start with a simple dialog consider using a set field. Find greater than. If I using less than. I make a checking. Let's say dot find. Yes, then. Oh, I think I need to. Okay, so I'm using the greater than MongoDB operator. Oh yeah. Right. I need to make this operation after the edge. Okay. Now let's say I'm using this. Yeah. Okay. So the matching operation will be need to put after your age. So before that it will be this one. You just match out the age with 25. So if you are using this greater than, it will find out all the age value that is greater than 25. So let's say now, yeah, it will print out all the result that is greater than 25, which means that 50, 30, and 40. So let's say you are using 30. So the greater than will not include the 30. But if you are using the greater than or equal to, so you are using the 50, 30, and 40. But it will just based on the query result inside your MongoDB document. So it's not that only greater than, you can use less than. Yeah, so it will print out the document that is less than the value of 30 inside your age. So I think that's overall for today's event. It will just introduce about the introductory of the Mongo client connection inside of Node.js with the Mongo client of the string, and then your area handler, and then your async with the console.log connection connected to MongoDB with the CRUD operation like create, read, update, and delete. And then after that, it will make a await client.close, which means that after your query is finished, it will automatically close your connection with your MongoDB inside of Node.js framework. So let me stop sharing a while. Yeah. Okay. So now I will. Okay. So this is the event for today's. It will just it's just an introductory for Node.js. So we will have a next event in this April 15 in Saturday. The time will be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the event link, the QR code is already put it here. So if you are interested in to mastering your job application for resume, you can support us with this event. And then if you still haven't followed our social media, there's a Linktree QR code, which means that you can follow us with this QR code. And that's all for our today's event. Thanks for everyone to spend your time to join with us with this information event. So thank you everyone. Thanks.